Alright, today I'm going to try making a little dice out of Damascus because I think I have a bit lying around here, so let's get straight into it. Should be pretty simple. There's not much forging, mainly polishing up, but let's get on with it. Okay, so I've just got this little piece of Damascus off me Damascus offcut shelf. I can't remember when I made it, so I don't actually know what the pattern looks like. I thought I could see it through the rust, but I can't. So, I don't know. It'll be a bit groovy. We'll see what will come out with when I etch it. But I think this is quite old. So I think I actually didn't use 15 and 20 and 1095, which is what you usually use, or what gives a good contrast because of the nickel steel. I think in this I did a carbon contrast, so I think I used mild steel and then some old files, and so that the carbon contrast also, when you etch it, gives a difference in colour between the layers. So I don't really know how it's going to turn out, but let's give it a go. What I'm going to do is just face off this end just with a grinder just to get it square to the rest of the bar, and then cut a cube off with which we can then make this dice from. Let's get on with it. Okay, so now I have this cube. I'm just going to use these calipers. So I've got a dice here, so I can mark out where each of these divots need to go on the cube. I've now marked every side with the calipers, so I'll come on with a centre punch and just dot where the numbers are. Now I've got all the dots on here, I've now got to hand sand it because I don't have a belt grinder. So this anvil is my flattest surface, which really it's still not very flat, but this is what I'm going to hand sand on. So I've got this piece of sandpaper, 120 grit, and I'm just going to get them all flat, polish them up, pretty around 600 grit, and then etch it. So let's begin hours of hand sanding. Need some water. So I've just finished sanding up this first side to 120 grit, but these centre punch marks aren't quite, aren't quite even. So I think I'm going to drill them. Just, dot them with a drill just to get them all even and in line. I think just with like a, 5 mil, 4.5 mil. I've got this to 120 grit, but I've had enough for today. It's getting late, so I'm going home. I'll see you tomorrow. It's the next day. Let's get on and polish it up to 180 grit. Well, 80's done, now on to 600. Okay, so now 600 grit is done. Let's get on and etch it so we can actually see the Damascus pattern. So, in this bucket I have, what do we have? Barium chloride, the dice, and a bit of water. And then in this bucket, the blue one, we've got just water. So I've got some baking soda powder thingy, which we'll put in. Loads. So we're all ready for once that's etched, and we can just neutralise it in that, and then I'll polish it up a little bit with some wire wool, and then that's it. Right, I've just nipped home, got some gloves. So it's been about an hour probably. So it should be reasonably, I can't get this glove on, reasonably well etched, but we'll see. Might need a little bit longer. But I'll take it out of the ferric and put it into the baking soda mix just to neutralise it off, basically. I think if I just tip it over a little bit, should be able to grab it. Looking pretty cool. It's actually a higher layer billet than I thought it was. Very nice. So I've got a piece of 600 grit, which I'll just use to highlight it up a little bit, I think. And I've got this other bucket of just normal water, just to wash off any excess baking soda. So that's the finished dice. The contrast isn't quite as good as I would have liked. You know, it's not the high carbon and a low carbon steel that doesn't give you quite as good as a contrast as a nickel steel and a plain carbon steel. But it's still there. I did this, I think I did another 2-hour cycles, etch cycles, to try and get it a bit deeper, but didn't quite go. Anyway, I enjoyed making this. There wasn't much forging, but I've always wanted to make one of these because they're pretty simple, really, and making it out of Damascus is just even better, really. You know, it's just looks even cooler. But anyway, thank you for watching the video, and I will see you soon.